Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to go through some profit surge trades from last week, so October 21st. I'm going to go through every single trade that was opened and explain what I did with them and how many is closed and how the ones that are not closed are doing to give you a complete picture of what happened from last week. So from October 21st, not this week, which was yesterday, which should be October 28th. Those are still open, and I wanted to do last week's. I've already covered some of these in a couple of videos, but I got a comment from somebody saying that I'm hiding losing trades, so I wanted to make sure that you guys get the complete picture. Sometimes there's confusion here about what I'm taking. I'll show you proof that I take these trades, and let's go from there. So first of all, wanted to make sure you guys have seen this. It's Roger Scott's Wealth Press Stealth Surge Alerts. This is a really good service. It's a bit like Nate Bears, but it's even more transparent. In fact, he keeps a really nice log of all his trades, which you can look at quite easily with a glance. If you go to the description, come down here, you can see his overall summary of his trades and also some of the actual trades themselves. If you want to see a full track record, the best thing to do is to come to this site. I'll put the link in the description and go and check out this link right here. Sign up for that and you'll get more information from Roger Scott himself, including the best possible price to buy Stealth Surge Alerts at. These trades are 1 to 2 times a week, not any fixed date, and I've not lost a single trade with them yet. It's been phenomenal. I think he's hit 20 in a row. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. I think it's well worth your time. Anyway, on to Profit Surge Trader. For you guys who don't know what this is, really quick overview. Nate Bear has turned $37,000 into $2.7 million, trading a similar strategy to the one he teaches in Profit Surge Trader. Once a week on Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, he goes live on the screen you're seeing right here, and he talks through exactly what he's seeing and what trades he's going to do. He has won 111, maybe 112 or 113 now, out of about 140 trades in this last full year. Which is about 80% win rate. His average win is about 7.4% on his trades. So very steady base hits. I love it. I've been doing videos on this for a while now, and hopefully this video will help you see some of what he does. So on the right here you can see where his opening trades are. They're always in green. The trades that are in red are closed. Doesn't mean they closed red, it just that's the color scheme for whatever reason these guys chose to use. So let's go through some of this. So the first one I wanted to show is Oracle. So these are the calls that he bought, the 11-1, 175 calls at 269. He says playing the 130-minute chart on Oracle. If we scroll down here past these other open trades that he's taken, you can see that he closed Oracle the next day for 15%, closing Oracle. So that's 1 out of 1. Oracle. Kava calls are still open. He hasn't closed these, but if you look at the track record here for Oracle, sorry, Kava, you can see that on about lunchtime here, this is when he entered, and we've basically gone up ever since, peaking around here or here, so these calls are up big. He hasn't closed this position yet, but it's pretty clear that this would be pretty easy to trim a bit off for winners here, and even now, even though it's pulled back with the market, you can still be winning on this particular trade. One thing to remember is you don't have to trade these exactly as he does. If he's aiming for base hits, 10 or 20%, if you're up 10 or 20%, don't wait for him. Take the profits while you've got them, and you'll probably, most likely, be successful with this strategy. So that's Kava. This is one that I did take, UPST calls by UPST 11-1, $56 calls at 197, playing the 78-minute chart. Trade plan this. This is to do with the short squeeze, and also squeezes on the TTM squeezes as well. So I took that trade. Here is my results right here. 10% overnight. UPST filled at 197, 1021. This is the time. And again filled the next day, 1022, 217. 10%. The reason I did that is that I know he goes for base hits. I don't think he's closed this, which was probably a mistake on his behalf, but really people should be taking responsibility for their own trades. If you know that he's hitting, 10 or 20% winners, if you get 10% overnight, then it might well be worth at least scaling out a bit somewhat in order to help get your risk reward in line with his. So remember, I did a video on this recently, just scroll back on the channel if you want to see this, but you have to be careful when you're following these gurus. You have to take some of the trade management into your own hands, because you're not going to be able to take every trade If they have a losing streak, you'll sit on the sidelines and you'll end up losing money overall. You've got to use their ideas and make the trade your own, which is why I took the 10% when we peaked up here the next day, close to market open, which turns out to be a good move. I didn't know this was what was going to happen, but basically we went downhill from there. Move this little marker off, I'll move it back if I can. Hold chart slide, there we go. So people are complaining that, you know, this would have stopped out, but there's nothing to stop you taking 10%, at least a little bit. You have another chance here. If it spiked back up after this big dip, you could have added on the dip here. You know, you don't want to average in too hard. That's one mistake that I see Nate make periodically. But you could have easily taken some more profits here. And as the market's dropped again today, we're way down here. Should have stopped out long before that, or taken your 10% profits, which is what I did. I'm not bragging because I get things wrong as well, but if you're up 10% overnight on a bear trade, that's considered a base hit. I would take it even if he doesn't. You don't have to follow these alerts, and in fact, it's impossible to follow most alert systems like I talked about in my previous video. It's impossible to follow them to the T. You have to make the trades your own. I've talked about Lotto, no, sorry, Cost here, which was a Lotto. I just did a video on that. Somebody left a comment on that, basically saying, well, the rest of them failed. Well, I just showed you the rest of them didn't fail. So cost low. And that was all of his trades. That went up 100%, and he closed that. So you can see cost, kaboom, closing Oracle. And so I don't want to go any further down because that gives away what he's doing this week for those trades. Hopefully people find that helpful. You don't have to follow him exactly, and you can take trades and still make money with this guy. He's really good. I highly recommend him. If you want to check it out, there's a full 365-day money-back guarantee. So you can do what I'm doing, and you know, you can even just paper trade it, and you know, make sure that you can do these, manage them yourself if needed. So if you've got that 10%, just take it. 15%, take it. Don't follow him exactly. He does end up profitable overall. He's proven that, but that doesn't mean that you can, without some of your own management, become profitable with any trading system, including this one. It's only $179 for a year, so you have plenty of time to paper trade. Make sure you've got into your groove before you start trading with real money. There is a 365-day money-back guarantee, so if you decide that there's, you know, for whatever reason, I don't think you will, but you might want your money back, no questions asked, so definitely check that out. Hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.